The Pope who dug up a corpse to put it on trial. Imagine a courtroom. The judge, draped in gold, is the most powerful man in the Christian world. The jury is made up of terrified bishops, their faces pale. And the defendant? A 9-month-old corpse, dug up from its grave and dressed in sacred robes. This isn't a horror movie. This is the true story of the Cadaver Synod, the most insane trial in human history. A story that exposes how piety masked savagery and how one man's hatred reached beyond the grave. If you think you know the limits of human madness, you're wrong. Hit subscribe, because we're about to uncover a secret the Vatican tried to bury. The corpse belonged to Pope Formosus. Before his death in 896, he was a powerful and ambitious. He made powerful friends, but also deadly enemies. In the savage, backstabbing Rome of the 9th century, power was blood sport, and the papacy the ultimate prize. One rival was Stephen, and when he clawed his way to the papal throne, forgiveness was the last thing on his mind. He wanted revenge so total, death itself could not protect Formosus. Stephen VI was possessed. He believed Formosus was a heretic whose ghost haunted the Vatican. In January 897, he gave a horrifying order: dig up Formosus's body. The corpse was dragged from its tomb, blackened flesh peeling away. They dressed it in full papal vestments, placed a crown, and sat it on a throne. The trial was about to begin. The scene was a nightmare. The stench of decay filled the grand hall. Stephen accused Formosus of perjury, usurping the papacy, and violating sacred law. A terrified deacon was ordered to speak for the corpse, stammering weak defenses. But the verdict was never in doubt. This was no trial, it was desecration. The corpse of Pope Formosus was found guilty on all charges. The sentence was carried out. Guards stripped his robes. They sawed off the 3 fingers used to give blessings. His papacy was declared void, his decrees erased. Finally, the mutilated body was dragged through the streets of Rome. Then hurled into the muddy Tiber River to be lost forever. But just as the trial ended, an earthquake struck Rome. To the people, it was a sign. God was furious. The people of Rome had enough. They rose up and stormed the papal palace. Stephen was seized, thrown into a dungeon. Weeks later, he was strangled in his cell. Soon after, Formosus's corpse was pulled from the Tiber and given a proper burial. But the story was never forgotten. A chilling reminder that human hatred can reach beyond the grave.